we're going to fly by the seat of our pants tonight and play a game of Alien RPG. Let's get going with it before we hang on anymore. Because, yeah, we're half hour into it. Okay, so Alien RPG is a horror sci-fi RPG where the players are kind of expected to survive. But, you know, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, let's just hop straight into it. I'm going to be using characters from Electric Bastionland that these guys will be familiar with, purely because of the fact that we're jumping between games and I'm trying to keep track of everything.
Harkin just drops in and he's like, hey, you know what? The strangest thing just happened. I woke up on a floor in a bed that I don't even remember being in, wrapped up in electrical restraints.
Harkin's like, going to be one of the characters that you'll become familiar with.
You or not?
Harkin's back.
Hey,
well, we haven't murdered him yet, so...
No, exactly.
So you guys are on board the USCSS Montero, which is transporting a large amount of fuel from where you are to another planet. Your crew is the two of you, who will use your same character names if that's cool. So we'll use Mina and Kragmar.
Fine, yeah.
And you're a pilot and a technician. So, yeah. Do you want to introduce yourself?
I was going to say, Kragmar isn't going to be voiced like he is in Bastionland, I'll tell you that much.
Okay. So, yeah, Danny, to tell everyone who you're playing.
Oh, okay. I am Wilhelmina, a pilot with the USCSS.
Yes, you got it.
Apparently, I live for the adrenaline rush. I needed pounding through my veins, pushing harder than others dare. Anyway, I don't. Apparently, I'm an adrenaline junkie, and I'm here for that. I love shooting things out of the sky and flying really fast. So
awesome.
I'm here. It's gonna be great.
SK, introduce yourself.
Just before I go any further, what are these stats like out of? Because I see numbers here, but what are they out of?
It just determines how many dice you're going to roll.
Oh, it's one of those things. Okay, that's
so it's
cool.
a dice pool system.
Yep, just checking. Yeah, let me see if I can. Yep. So, I am Jonathan Kragmar, engineer, well, technician, come engineer, I suppose, aboard the USCSS Montero, and you know, this is one of those things where I've done this job for so long that, you know, I'm kind of used to it by now, but to be honest, we always have to be on edge. Because once those things get in, there's no way of knowing what's going to go down here. And to be totally honest, I've seen far too many people go in far nastier ways than you could even believe. So, you know what? Let's just get right to this mission and get it done. I may not be the pilot or the captain, but I don't want to be the one ending up dead here. And neither do these two.
You don't know anything about Xenos yet, so retcon.
Well, how am I meant to know? You didn't put it on the sheet.
Cheating!
I don't know. This is set after.
Meta.
It's set after. It's set after the events of LV-426, though, isn't it?
Is it?
Yep. It's set 3 years after Hadley's Hope, I think.
Nope.
On the Alien RPG website. Hang on. Let me see.
Yeah, no, the game manual is. So the fun thing about RPGs, you can set them whenever the hell you want. So
yeah, fair enough, but you never told us when. So it says the year is 2183.
Okay. Let's move on, SK. Let's move on. Let's jump into the game. You're a pilot and technician. And we're hopping onto the USCSS Montero, and yeah, let's hop straight into it.
Fine.
Okay.
Space Top Gun? What? Space Top? Wow, Space Top Gun. Okay.
As you guys came onto the USCSS Montero, you went into cryo, as you have many times for long-haul flights, working for Wayland Yutani, large corporation. and working for the corporation on these long haul flights is never fun. It's usually very hard, even the sleeping for long periods of time, and you don't want to do anything you don't have to do unless you're getting paid for it.
Sounds about right.
So the two of you, we have pilot Mina, we have technician, was it William Craigmar?
John. Well, Jonathan Craigmar.
Sorry, Jonathan Craigmar. And you have your Captain Harkin. And
Yeah.
I kind of felt that was going to happen. That's cool.
So the fun thing in Alien RPG as a game is that even though people know about Xenos, it's sort of a conspiracy theory, and the corporations have shoved it down. So this game we're on now, called Chariot of the Gods, is set a year after the events of Alien, and though a few people have heard of the Xenos and what happened there, it's like, yeah, no, that's fake news, that didn't happen. So our characters know very little, if anything, about any of those circumstances. But regardless of that, it's boring talking about stuff, so let's play the game. You guys wake up, your cryopod's opening up, and there are alarms going off in the ship and smoke everywhere. And as you're waking up, woozy, sick, maybe you're throwing up, maybe your muscles are in a little bit of atrophy. Tell me how you're feeling as you wake up. Mina, let's start with you.
Oh, that was not fun. That was not fun at all. Are you awake? Hello? Is anybody in here?
and you look over to see me, just go see Jonathan Craigmar just kind of.
Yeah.
Ah, God damn it! Cryo's always rough.
Oops. Sorry.
Well, this looks bad. And he looks around and he just sees all the sort of the smoke and the cables and the just everything not going right. He's like, okay. Is it just me, or does your head hurt as well? Because I have the most awful headache right about now.
Yeah, I think that's something about a cryo hangover or something. I don't know. It hurts every single time. I feel like I don't know the science behind it, but
Harkin comes charging into the room while the two of you are talking, and he's already dressed, and he points to Mina. He says, "Thank God you're up. Okay, you got to get in front. We got to move the ship right now. We got big problems. Up, both of you. Let's go."
All right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Ready.
And John's just kind of gradually, he's sort of trying to make his way as purposefully as possible, but he's still kind of woozy, as you'd expect, and sort of slowly tries to make his way along, steadying himself occasionally, just to make sure he doesn't sort of fall over.
I have a question for the two of you. Do either of you feel stressed in this moment as a character?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The ship looks like it's falling apart. We just woke up.
Excellent.
Yes.
I was gonna say, depending on how new my character is to his job as well, because I'd feel like he's done it for a while, but maybe that might just be me.
You tell me, yes or no? Are you
the ship
stressed?
should be exploding.
I feel like he's not really too stressed. He's just aware that he's got to do a job, so the stress might hit him later. Maybe, I don't know.
Okay.
Mina's waiting for her adrenaline to kick in. So stressed.
Mina, you gain 1 stress. So
immediately
at the moment. As you come out,
do anything fun for it.
You walk through the eating area of the Montero, and you can see the cockpit out front. There's lights flashing in there, and Harkin hits a button to open the shutters on the front of the ship. As the shutters begin to open, Mina and Craigmar, you both see this enormous ship in front of you that your little ship with lots and lots of fuel on it, is heading straight for. And Harkin starts shouting, "Quicker, quicker, we need to move this fucking ship right now!"
Holy shit. What? How did you guys let this happen? She like rushes to the seat and starts like frantically flicking all the switches and pressing all the buttons, getting everything started. She's
Mina,
ready. She's
quickly.
ready like as soon as she sees it.
Okay, so Mina, we're going to make your first test of the game. Ooh,
Yes! Okay.
Yay!
Right.
So, what's your pilot skill? What's the number there?
Range. Wait. Piloting. There it is. 8.
8. Excellent. So what you're going to do is you're going to do period R space 3B space 1S. Oh, sorry, 8B space 1S. And what that does is it rolls your 8 base dice and 1 stress dice.
Oh my god. Oh, okay. So you have to include that. Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to work out how this was going to work, but yeah, I see it.
I've got 2 6s and no 1s. I'm assuming this is like Mutant Year Zero. So
yes, every 6 is a success, and every additional 6 it allows you to do a stunt, like something cool.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
yes.
First of all, you didn't get a 6 or a 1 on your stress die, right?
No, it was a 2.
Excellent. Okay, so Mina, explain to us what you start doing as this enormous ship is in front of you and you're headed straight for it.
All right. So first of all, her adrenaline finally kicked in. So she's running, she's buckling herself, and she says, "Everybody, find your seats, buckle in. This is going to get bumpy." And she starts pressing all the buttons frantically. Like I said, all the switches. She grabs the stick, puts her feet on the pedals. I'm sure there's pedals, right? I mean, it's like a helicopter. Sure, we're going to go pedals. Okay, so she's ready. She's gearing up. She's gripping it tightly, and she's going to jerk the ship upwards. We're going to go above whatever this thing is we're trying to avoid. All right, hope you guys wear your big boy panties. Let's go. She starts maneuvering the ship upwards, so try to avoid whatever is in front of us.
Okay, so as you lift the ship up and begin to bring it around, you move out, you can hear and feel that everyone's beginning to calm down. And we can save your additional success, your stunt, to use later if you want, or you can use it for something now if you choose. So just a narrative declaration, and you can just be doing a barrel roll, or it can be to find out something or do something. It's up to you.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
I think I'd like to save it if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Just keep track
I don't need
of that
it
and
right
let
now.
me know. Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
I'd say that's a good idea. That's what I'd have probably done in your situation. Save that for later. Always good to have an
Harkin
extra
will
one.
sigh out, and his head will go in his hand, and he says, "Thanks, Mina. Jesus Christ. Craigmar, can you check the computer? It said that we weren't where we're supposed to be. I don't know where we are."
You know what? I'd like to know that too. And he goes over to the sort of big, like sort of old school looking terminal. That's on one of the areas of the bridge. And he starts to sort of enter his clearance code as a tech. So what do I roll for this?
You don't need to roll right now. I'm only going to make you guys roll when it's sort of a stressful situation.
Oh, okay. No. I was just wondering. It felt like a thing that I might need to roll for.
Yeah, no.
I don't know.
We can assume that you're pretty competent at your job, and you can do most stuff without stressing out. Yep. So you get a bunch of information here. The first piece of information is that you've been woken up about 2 months early from when you're supposed to be. The next piece of information is that this ship in front of you is letting out a distress call. It's about 80 years old from what you can tell as you look through the files you can get from it, and it was a science exploration vessel. And the other thing is that you get a weird ping on your computer, and it shows up for a moment and it disappears, and it was another signal, but you're not able to tell what it was. It seems to be a ghost signal of some kind.
And I was going to say, and I feel like he'd relay this all to like the rest of the crew on the bridge. He's like, Huh. Well, seems like cryo kicked in 2 months before it should have, for no reason, and the vessel we're just encountered, if you will, is a science exploration vessel from about 80 years ago? I mean, and what the? And he just looks over at Hawk and he says, Captain, I just picked up a signal that is now gone. Some kind of ghost blip. No idea what it could have been, but thought I'd mention it. Might be good to keep an eye out for.
Alright. I'm gonna go and check in with Mother in their main computer and then see what she says. Mina, why don't you put the floodlights on the ship here? See if you can see anything on there on that 80-year-old ship that we seem to have rolled up on.
All right, can do.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to use your stunt?
Oh,
I feel like that's. I was going to say, I feel like that's a subliminal hint from the.
I mean,
No,
it
you don't have to. I mean, you can either just gently take the ship around, or you can get a bit classy with it and try and get some extra close to it.
So, if I use my stunt, one option is to get more information. The other is to be fancy, right?
To be fancy or to just automatically succeed on something. You may need it again later, so you may want to keep it.
Yeah, it's kind of what I was thinking. I was waiting for like a more dangerous or delicate situation.
Okay. So, do you just hit the floodlights on and go around? Tell us what Mina gets up to.
Yeah. Mina's gonna again look for the floodlight switches and find them immediately because this is not new to her. She's done this before. So she's looking around. She's found the lights. She turns on as many lights as she can find for the ship, and she's just casually, very carefully, because we don't really know much about the ship. She's being cautious. She's just kind of circling around the ship as best she can to see what's going on, to see if there's any like lights, any signs of life. So that's what we're looking for.
Mm-hmm. As you flick the lights on and begin to go around, it looks like most of the blast shutters are down in the ship, so you can't see in through the windows. But one thing you do notice is that a large section of the ship is missing. It looks like it's been cut off pretty clean though, like it was intentionally detached. It's a large section on the back on one of the decks, because you're in a little ship that's used for freight. This is like a 4-deck science vessel.
Okay. I don't know if you saw or if you want to fix it, but the cameras went all wonky for some reason on the stream.
Fix that.
I don't know why. I just wanted to make sure you saw it, or whatever.
Yeah, I think maybe we lost the bot. Okay.
Ooh. I think we did, because I had
that's
something.
That's probably what happened.
I had something cleanly detached from the stream.
No problem. Okay.
Yeah, a whole section of the stream is missing. It looks like it's cleanly detached, though, like it was deliberate.
There we go.
I was like, why not, right? Just go meta.
Okay, so do you want to do anything else here, Mina or Craigmar?
I mean, not sure if I'd be able to do anything in terms of actually observing the ship other than figuring out what's already immediately clear.
I think Mina would ask, do we want to send out a dock team to dock with the ship and see what's going on, what happened? Do we have a crew for that? Or are we the crew?
You're the crew, you're it.
And
right.
maybe
having fun.
I was going to say, maybe Craig just looks over at her and he just goes, you realize we are the only ones awake, right? We are the crew.
All right. Well, I guess we're the docking team.
On that note, Harkin comes back from visiting Mother. There's a private room where the captain talks with the main computer, and it's standard on all vessels. He comes back and he says, well, there's good news and there's bad news, so which would you like first?
Hit us with the bad news. Go ahead.
The bad news is that we got to get on that ship and see if there's any survivors 8 years on. I know.
Well, we were already planning to do that, so thanks for that.
And
What's the good news?
The good news is that you get an extra pay for it.
huh.
All right.
Well, as long as we all make it out of this, then yeah, I suppose the pay will hopefully be worth it.
I mean, it's company property, right? So we got to go over and make sure, see if there's any survivors and try and salvage what we can.
Oh, did we see it was a Yutani ship then?
Yeah, so it's a Wayland Yutani
Okay.
ship.
No, I
Sorry.
wasn't sure if you'd mentioned that earlier. Sorry.
No, I hadn't, sorry.
It's all
All
right.
right.
Well, I suppose you're right, Harkin. Let's make this quick.
Exploring we will go. And she starts pressing the buttons again and directing the ship to find a safe, not
Look.
smashed docking area, if it has one.
And Kirkman was just looking at it, just going, "Look at you, all buttons and professionalism. Let's go."
As you bring the ship round Mina, you're able to find an airlock on the side of the vessel. Looks like a reasonable entrance. And you'll have to roll to safely bring the ship alongside. Did you want to use your stunt or do you want to roll?
I want to make it spicy. Let's roll.
Oh no!
Alright. Remember
Is
to
it
add that
piloting or is
stress.
it-
Yeah, pilot.
Oh, yeah.
And add one
Piloting.
stress.
Okay, 8 and 1 stress. Okay. I like a little spice in my life, so
Oh yeah, more stress. Come on the stream. How much stress do we want here?
8B 1S. Oh, I got 1 success and a 4 on my stress die, so I'm still safe. I'm still safe, and I'm succeeding.
Just.
Are you disappointed?
Hershey's
No, I'm
chocolate
just
maggot and
surprised.
cream.
I thought it was going so well, and then it was just gonna go. Nope.
You bring the ship round.
Not that I doubted you, just to be clear. I knew you could do it.
I can't see the chat here for the Discord. But how many successes did you get, Danny?
I just got the 1 success,
Excellent.
and a 4 for my stress die. I got a whole bunch of 1s though, not in the stress die, but I got a whole bunch of 1s, like literally 5 1s.
So
5.
one thing you can do in this game, like Mutant Year Zero that Danny will be familiar with, is if you make a roll and you fail, you can push it real good.
Oh,
and
no.
then
Now I'm good.
and then you gain 1 stress from pushing it.
So you don't gain it equal to the number of 1s you have, and that's a relief
No,
at least.
yeah, just the 1.
No, I'm set. I'm good.
Yeah. Okay, you bring the
Wow.
ship round, and Harkin will say to Craigmar, get the umbilical ready to extend over to the airlock, and I'll get the suits ready.
Fine. Yes, sir. And he finds a sort of lever-looking thing marked umbilical, and he pushes it forward, and he sees the sort of like a tube. I mean, this is just how I'm imagining it.
Yeah, go for
Just
it.
sort of a giant tube just extend from the side of the ship, sort of concertinaing out towards a kind of magnetic clamp system on the other side, and he flicks a small switch to the right that says lock, and as the tube comes closer, both systems on each ship, you hear sort of a loud reverberating metallic clang as the two systems meet. And one ship is tethered to the other by this sort of long, sort of almost plastic-looking but very sturdy tube that's going from one ship to the other.
I love it. That was a beautiful description. Thank you. Yeah, Craigmar. There's a-
Enjoying the creative writing in my head.
Oh, that was fantastic. Yeah, if you guys want to take the narrative and descriptions, please, absolutely. I think the second time I ran this game, I said, you extend the umbilical to the other ship, and someone asked, did you get the other ship's consent?
God. Wow.
As we ran.
I mean,
Uh,
reasonable.
So, as there's
Wow.
the beautiful description there from Craigmar that there's a big clang and reverberating. Harkin brings the suits out. mean I imagine you put the ship into like to float along at the same orbit as this ship as it slowly turns.
Hmm.
And
Well, there's no need to because they're sort of tethered in the. I don't know.
Yeah.
and
We put it in neutral.
Have you left the parking brake on?
yeah, you get a ticket.
That's the old. It's like all the other ships are gone into wharf, and it's like, is the parking brake on? And it's like, oh.
You get halfway
Whatever it
through the science festival, like, oh fuck.
Oh god.
Okay, so each of the characters get a compression suit. A compression suit has 2 armor, and it has an air supply of 5.
Oof.
So, if you're wondering what the hell that means, it means every now and then I'm going to say to you, roll 5 dice, and if you get a 1, it reduces the air supply by that much.
Okay, so sorry, I'm just scribbling on my little sheet of paper here. So, well, virtual sheet of paper. So 2 armor.
Yep.
Air 5.
Air supply.
So roll 5 dice. Periodically, there we go. That's the right word. Periodically roll 5 dice. And if you roll a 1, then what happens?
You subtract that 1 from your dice pool, and your air supply is lowered by that much.
So subtract 1 dice from air dice pool. God, this is getting complicated and fun. Air dice pool and air supply equals number of dice. Right. This is what you have to do when you're given. This is what you have to do when you're given new mechanics right in the middle of a thing.
Yes, these guys are learning this game
going.
as we play, so thanks
it's
everyone
fun.
for their
Good laugh.
patience.
Right.
I think you guys are doing
I
great.
just added them in my sheet, so
Yeah,
I'm good
I've
to
just
go.
scribbled a little paragraph on the bottom of mine. So
I threw them in the chat for everyone to see. It's the IRC MK50 compression suit, armor rating 2, air supply 5. Yes, Blind Toes, this is like Dead Space.
very Dead Space. Yes.
So now I have a very, very important question for our 2 players.
Oh god.
So Harkin brings out... Now, to you as characters, this doesn't mean much. But to you as players, you're going to be like, whoa! So Harkin brings out a bolt gun, which is used to basically patch up parts of a ship. You put like metal plating over and then use the bolt gun. Obviously, it can be used for other things. And he also brings out the incinerator unit, which is usually used to clean the air scrubbers on a ship when it's coated in gunk after a few years. But this thing's 8 years old. Harkin's got the incinerator unit, and he's like, I think we might need this thing because it's probably all gunked up. So who wants to hand the incinerator and who wants to hand the bolt gun?
And Craigmar just looks at him and he says, okay, I'm the tech aboard this ship. I think it may be best if I take the bolt gun. Just for, if we need to make any repairs along the way. And
It's alright, I like fire. I'm good with that.
And just to be clear, DM, did you say 8 years old or 80 years old? Because it sounded like you said 80
years old. Yeah,
I was just checking, just double checking.
Yeah.
That's fine. And Craigmar just gives a smile to Harkin. It's like, I think you're right about that incinerator unit. We are going to need it if this ship is as old as they say. And it's just like, yep.
you as Craigmar are saying that, but you as SK are like, we're gonna burn those things.
Me as me. I'm just like, if this goes south, at least we can set everything on fire.
Yes. Cleanse them.
Make
with
sure
fire.
nothing is. But what's the line from Warhammer's like, burn the unclean?
Yeah, burn the heretics, man.
Burn heretics.
I mean, I may have written incinerator unit and in parentheses put for sanitation and murder in my notes, so I am prepared.
At least you put a
I'm ready.
sanitation.
And
a
bolt
good
gun.
save.
Yeah.
And bolt gun for patching up damage or putting holes in things.
I just imagine the prison psychiatrist with Mina. You put murder here, yeah, but I also put sanitation. Okay, so let's look past that.
And then the
I mean,
psychiatrist is
sanitation's
like,
first.
and then the psychiatrist is like, "What? So you want to murder things cleanly? Then that's even worse."
Yeah. Oh well, there's a class of that in a certain video game, but I digress.
So
Let's move on.
the umbilical opens up. Now your suit's on. You can hear your own breath in the suit. The only other sound that comes through is intercom between you as it goes. Is everyone ready?
Yes, sir.
Beautiful. I knew he'd have it ready.
Oh my god.
I was like, "Why not?"
Yep. You're ready.
It's crispy time. Thanks, Bones. Yeah, as the umbilical slams open, to get to the other side, there's a long metal tube. It sort of bends like a wire, and it's something to hold onto and move yourself through the umbilical, because there's no gravity in here as you go through the decompression.
Oh, and of course we've got to have the entering zero gravity.
Love
There
it.
we go. Dead Space reference for all of you who know that.
Yes.
And like accurately scared by the prospect.
As you come into the umbilical and get to the other end, Craigmar, as you get to the other end, actually, let's do marching order for the ship. That's important,
Ooh.
especially in a horror game. Who's up? Who's going first?
He took the bolt gun. I mean, I was gonna push him in the front, but you know.
Yeah, good point. If I go first, because then I've got the bolt gun, and then if anything happens to me, you can kill whatever's trying to kill me, or whatever has possibly killed me already by the time you get there.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So I lead the way. Craigmar leads the way, being the tech. He's like,
Alright.
fine, got the bolt gun, sort of held in one hand, but kind of balanced as well as it can be. I mean, there's no technical weight to it because there's no gravity, but he's still trying to hold it steadily, just in case anything sort of comes through from the other side.
Yes.
Because he's heard a few stories. He's not sure whether he believes any of it, but he's heard a few stories, and yeah. And he's also just fully aware that being careful on any kind of mission like this, with decompression and atmosphere venting and all of that fun
Yeah,
stuff
you've
that can
watched
happen.
the Wayland Yutani safety videos.
Exactly. What's the training videos of of what to do in an atmospheric decompression inside a.
Yeah,
man.
I think the official
Inside
video says
umbilicals.
put your head between your legs so you can kiss your ass goodbye.
I believe that might be a thing. Yes. Yes.
As
And,
you get
yeah.
to the door, Craigmar, you go to open it and you notice that it's locked. Someone's tampered with it from the other side to stop immediate access. So
Looks like somebody's locked us out. Wonder why. Huh. And he's kind of just looking at the sort of wreck of the sort of broken elements of this lock, and he's just like,
It'd just be a safety precaution. Can you unlock it?
Well, there's safety and there's this. And he just shows that kind of the lock, like all the pieces are there, but it's kind of been moved out of place by, by something quite strong doing that as well, possibly, like sort of forced it. Maybe, I don't know, the doors sort of moved in a way it wasn't designed to move and maneuvered pieces of the lock out of place. I don't know. Because as much as it was a safety precaution, it tried to be safe and then wasn't. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Is there a role for this, or because he's just Actually, it wouldn't so much be stress as sort of concern, maybe.
If you feel comfortable taking your time, then you can take your time to confidently open it, because this is within your wheelhouse.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, so...
As to your question of whether I can unlock it, I think I can. It just takes a few small tweaks,
And then, as he says, and he sort of flicks the final piece into place of this sort of chunky mechanism, and you hear a sort of grinding noise and a whoosh of sorts as the atmosphere kind of moves around in the area as the door kind of opens in front of you.
As the door whooshes open, dust flies out and no one can see. It's stuck to the visor of your your compression suit, and you cannot see around you until you start wiping the dust off of your visor. You still can't see right now.
Of course! Of course this is happening to me. Should have expected it. Place like this being locked up for 80 years? Oh well, fine.
And he just sort of furiously tries to get what he can of it off. At least for now.
All right. You need some help.
Well, I mean, how much of it is still on there? I can't see from this side.
I guess we'll find out.
What's that supposed to mean?
He's just kind of annoyed. He's just like, oh, come on. You're not just going to help?
As you clean your visors off and begin to make your way into the airlock, Harkin is at the rear, and he climbs in behind the two of you as the dust is cleared, and he turns around and closes the door with a button. And then you hear him pushing the button a couple of times. And then he says, "Oh, for fuck's sake, we can't get it to go through the motions here. The life support is off, so we better keep our suits on for now." Alright.
That makes sense. Half the ship is missing, so that does make sense.
Yeah, atmospheric circuit must be dead. Oh well. At least our suits should keep us safe.
Well, let's see if we can... Oh, go ahead.
Well, you can see that, there's ice covering much of everything around you. And Jonathan Craigmar, as you're looking around with the lights on your suit, you look down, and I'll describe to you what you see, and you tell me how that makes you feel.
Fair enough.
There is a headless body sitting against the wall. The arms of the person are hyperextended. They're longer than they should be. And there's blood splatter on the wall. And next to them, on the floor, is a pistol.
Wow. and Craig was just like,
My God, what did this?
And admittedly, he's feeling pretty stressed because, you know, there's a person who's got no head with arms that don't look normal, and, you know, a load of blood, and that's not good because you don't know what did it. Yeah, I was gonna say, that's a fair reason to add one stress, though, right? Like, I may have seen it all before, but I haven't seen this. Is my logic.
Yeah, these guys don't normally have their weapons out like that. Someone must have mutinied, or something. Something went down.
Some mutiny.
And he's just looking down at the fact that the body hasn't got a head. He just indicates, and it's just like,
I mean, there's turning a gun on yourself, and there's this. Ugh.
I don't know. I've not seen anything like it before.
Neither have I, and if I can help it, I'd rather not afterwards either.
he's trying to keep calm, but he's slightly unnerved at this point, I think is a fair way to describe it.
Yeah.
Mina, is this
Mina's
stressful
still got her
for
adrenaline. Her adrenaline's still flowing. She's still under the impression that, like, I don't know, mutiny happened. People went bad. I don't know how his head got taken off, but, you know, like, she's just rolling with it for now. I feel like the next thing she sees, though, is gonna push her over the edge.
An MBG, yes, this is a fairly stressful situation. That's why I went with it. I was like, yeah, this is pretty stressful.
Yeah, it's funny because playing Alien RPG a bunch before, sometimes you get situations, people are like, I'm not stressed by that, and I'm like, bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm just
Her adrenaline's still good from the ride, so like she's good for like a little bit longer, but like if something like this comes up again, it's over.
Yeah, exactly.
It's over. Yeah. So like, you know, it's weird, but like, okay.
Yeah.
Harkin will walk over and pick the pistol up, and with some familiarity he will pull the chamber back and check it, and then look in the clip, and through the intercom you'll hear him say, "It looks like there's only one bullet left in here."
Out of how many again? Remind me?
It's an M4A3 service pistol. Takes about 15 rounds in the clip.
So...
And Craig was kind of just shaking his head. He's just trying to get his head around what could have done this. He's not, of course, he's not got enough to put any pieces together yet. But he's just like,
so 14 rounds into. Whoa.
he's not stressed. He's just like, this is bad. That's what he's thinking. But he's not any more stressed than he would be, because he's not quite aware. None of us are aware of what this is yet, but we know it's bad. We know whatever it is bad.
Well, that's one more than we had. You should hold on to that, just in case.
And Cragmar just nods at Harkin, just to be like, "Yep, you seem to know what you're doing."
Harkin will keep the pistol in his hand.
I mean, one of us can take it if need be, but
exactly. If we,
I don't know how you want to play him or whatever.
Okay, as he takes the pistol, he'll nod to Craigmar and say, "Do you want to keep going first, or Mina, do you want to take the front? I'll take the rear."
Yeah, I'll go in front if you don't.
And Craigmar just looks at her and he's just like,
"Well, I've seen a scary thing today. It's about time you saw one too."
And he's kind of just smiling at her, like, not in a. He's trying to make light of the horrible situation they've just found themselves in. He's trying to sort of keep everybody together in like the only way he knows how. At this point, he's just trying to not make a joke out of it, but he's just trying to keep everybody's spirits up and not being like, "Oh my God, we're all gonna die," kind of thing. Do you know what I mean?
She just shrugs and walks on and says, "I think maybe there should be a control panel around here somewhere. We can figure out what we need to fix first." Maybe. Maybe DM. I don't know. I'm just making it up.
The ship's on pretty low power, so Harkin would say, maybe we should try and get the power on first so we can figure out what's going on.
I mean, unless you want to keep seeing red with all this low power lighting, I think that's probably a good idea.
And Craigmar kind of follows along, because he knows sticking together is probably a good idea with all the stuff that's going on anyway. Or the things they've already seen, I should say. And he's looking around for sort of small red power conduit type things that might give an idea of what's going on where, and what needs to be sorted out and where it is. I mean, given he's a tech, he's kind of aware of how that stuff works. But finding, the easiest thing to sort out first is probably a good idea.
Yeah, absolutely. So Mina.
I assume we have.
Sorry, MBG's got a good question. Is the captain stressed?
Oh fuck yeah! Harkin's like visibly shaken.
Understandably, I mean.
I mean, he was the one that woke up and then tried to wake you two up because didn't know what the fuck was
Well,
going
actually,
on.
yeah, he's
He just works here. It's fine.
He's an NPC. Don't worry about him.
Yeah, it's fine.
he has zero stress, but also infinite stress.
Yeah.
Tough job, exactly.
It's a tough job. So I assume we have schematics for the ship and we don't have to worry
Yes.
about not knowing exactly where we're going. Okay.
Yeah, so right now you're on deck A, and on deck A is the main airlock where you are, and Mother is located on this deck, and so is the cryo area, which is quite large for a ship like this. The main airlock where you are will take you into the main hallway, and on the main hallway there is Mother, there is the cryo, there's a couple of elevators, and there's a stairwell.
Okay. I assume we're gonna head toward Mother. She's the boss, right?
Yeah.
Precisely.
Okay.
Usually the best place to start, at least to see what's going on and maybe, if we're lucky, what happened here.
And this feels like something like Gears of War in space with all the radio comms, just that slow NPC walk you end up doing, the sort of thing where you're all following each other and you're waiting for the thing to load. If anyone else knows what I mean, then well done. You've played Gears of War on even on newer hardware. It still does it. But yeah, so we head towards where Mother's sort of like room / area is.
I just imagine the server room, like all of the
Yeah.
stuff is in there.
Sort of giant, like old school mainframe things with like paper printouts and stuff.
No, I didn't go that far, but maybe.
Well, no, I'm
This
just
was
thinking,
set in the 80s.
Well, no, because all the tech in Alien is like 1979-ish,
I
but
know.
just futurified. Yeah, so.
Mina,
All right, let's go.
as you
Yes.
hold your incinerator, I imagine, although it's not turned on, it's you know, in front of you, and you hit the button to the main airlock, and with the low power it opens. You see more cold air in the hallway. The lights on your compression suit are shining out into pitch black hallway. You're in space inside a ship. There is no light. There's no emergency light on these hallways. There's nothing. It's just the lights from your compression suit. As you
Splashes me back to a memory of our other game.
as you
He knows what
Which
we're talking
other
about.
game? That's the question. Which other game?
as you step out into the hallway, you can hear your breath and your footsteps inside your suit. You look one way and the other. You can see the two elevators, and it looks like one of them, the doors are closed, and the other one, the doors are open. You can see the entrance to the stairwell. You can see the outside of the air scrubbers that run through the ship. You can see the doors to the cryo area at the end, and as you look the other way down the dusty hallway, you see the door to Mother. There's several vents on the walls and quite a long corridor.
Trying to not think about what I know as a player. At this point, I'm just like,
She treks on and she says, man, we've got to get some lights on in here, and kind of follows the wall as best she can, knowing where she's going generally, but still, like, obviously is unnerved because it's dark. It's dark. Nobody likes dark.
I mean, it is definitely dark in here. This is probably the darkest it has ever been in one of these suits for me, ever. And you know what? I hate it just as much as you do.
he's just trying to keep sort of the general. He's partly trying to keep talking so that he knows that he's still actually there and he's not just kind of like in a horrible dream of some sort where he's just in a ship in space in the dark and it's all gone horribly sideways. Space zombies, oh god, don't give the DM any ideas.
Nina, you get a communication through your channel just to you from Harkin,
Okay.
as he says, if you click the button up twice, it'll mute Craigmar.
Hey, that's not fair.
Thanks for the heads up, Harkin. I may use it.
And Craigmar just kind of he's aware. He's kind of aware that his talking is probably going to get on people's nerves at this point, so he just shuts up anyway. He continues to sort of keep looking round.
Craigmar, you stand in the middle behind Mina. You spot something by her foot, but by the time you spy it, it's too late. She's already kicked it. She stops and it slumps to the floor. And Mina, as you look down the suit, it's taking you a minute to see it, because obviously the compression suit, even though it's small, it's still bulky, and trying to angle the lights down at your feet is difficult as you're stepping back. And Craigmar can see that you're dragging this black sludge on your foot with it, as something's come out of this material on the floor. And as you suddenly get far enough back that it comes into light, you can see it's a small black egg that's fumbled over onto the floor, and there's these black spores that come out of it as this black sludge leaks out onto the floor.
That I imagine it stinks. So she's like, that. Oh, that does. Oh wait, she's in a suit. She can't smell it. What am I talking about? What am I talking about?
I don't know.
I'm just imagining it stinks.
I was gonna say we don't know how these suits work. Maybe they've got.
I mean, probably not, since oxygen. It's a closed system. It's a closed system.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, good. I don't know. Maybe there's like weird filters. We don't know how their tech works.
Anyway, no, I guess she doesn't say that, but she looks at it and like frowns. It's like I don't even think I've seen an animal that makes that. And
Craig
has gotten weird.
Craigmar just looks down and is just like,
I was going to tell you, but you just decided to put me on mute. So, yeah, but you're right.
Hey, you're metagaming over there. You don't know that. Quit metagaming. Go ahead.
No,
she didn't mute you.
No, he saw you look at the button. That's what it was.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Metagaming over there.
No, he knows these suits well enough. He's a tech. That's the thing. But he's just like,
you know what? You're right. This does not look like anything I've ever seen. Then again, I am not well versed in. Well, you know what? This ain't my field. I'm not even gonna try and tell you what that is. But my suggestion is to, keep an eye where you're treading, because there might be more of these, and I don't even want to think about what they are.
Hopefully they're dead, but we'll see. She continues on to. Yep. Hopefully we're getting close to Mother.
Mother is just within reach. You can see ahead, Mina.
Okay.
And as you get there, you push the button and it won't open. So instinctively, you get Craigmar to take a look, and it's pretty standard that Mother requires a key from either the captain or a representative from Weyland-Yutani in order to open it. It's not accessible to any member of crew because it has sensitive information.
Yeah. Sorry, I pulled my hair. Okay. Well, what do we do here? Do you have any ideas?
Craigmar just kind of looks all around it. He's aware of how parts of it works, but he's aware that he's not going to be able to get clearance to get everything to work. Because he may be a tech, but he's not high enough level clearance. And he's just like,
"Hey, Captain, do you mind giving us a hand here? Clearance and everything?"
I wouldn't have clearance for this ship, Craigmar. We need to get it off whoever has the key, fella. Maybe we should look at getting the power on instead.
Yeah, good point.
And Craigmar just realizes that he kind of forgot sort of the key thing about, well, the key, pun intended, thing about it. The ships are sort of have clearance keys that are kind of assigned to how it works.
All right.
And
I think Mina would.
he sees a sort of. He looks around and he's trying to look for a lever that might be sort of in the corner of the room that might restore the power, because that's usually what there is. There's usually at least a sort of backup generator of some kind around here to keep all the the information and everything intact as well, in case anything goes horribly wrong. But the question is, does he find it? You're the only one who can tell us.
You don't find the...
Still in the hallway, aren't we?
Yeah, you don't find the magic lever. But I'll give you some information about the ship to help you guys out then. So let's just do a quick deck by deck on the ship to help you guys out. So right now you're on deck A, which has the cryo room and mother. And each deck is connected by elevators and a stairwell. On deck B, you have the bridge, so the pilot station, the command center for the captain, all that stuff. There's a few storage rooms down there. There's a mess hall. There's also a science area on deck B. So deck B has the bridge, science labs, and storage. And then deck C has got larger storage areas, and at the rear it has the reactor which runs the power for the ship. It also has access for the air scrubbers, which obviously clean the ship's air supply. And then deck D is the a vehicle bay, because this is a science ship, so it lands and then they use vehicles to travel across planets that they're doing research on.
Rovers and stuff.
Yeah,
Another kind of thing. And Craigmar sort of remembers the schematics that they've seen in various sort of technician training courses, I guess. I don't know what they would be.
It's probably on your wrist, let's be honest.
Yeah, probably. Who knows?
I wouldn't worry about it.
I don't know. It probably is. But he remembers, and he just goes,
Power looks like it should be on C deck if this follows standard protocol. I think we're gonna have to go down there and turn it on from the mains, the reactor. God.
because he doesn't like being near those reactors, because they're pretty intimidating things. Even if you are a tech, they're pretty intimidating regardless.
All right, let's go. I guess we head toward the stairs. I don't think we're taking the elevator.
I mean, one was open and the other one was closed, so probably not. And especially given the power's out. So
yeah, I was going with that. But anyway, we're headed toward the stairs.
No, regardless, yeah, it's always good to be aware of all of the things rather than just the one that might be keeping you from going there.
As you make your way towards the stairwell, you get closer to the cryo bay, and as your lights shine over it, it looks like the door's mildly damaged from this distance as you make your way to the stairs. And opening the stairwell, you begin to make your way down. Cling, 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 down the stairwell.
Yeah, I was gonna say, gotta be one of those, doesn't it? Sort of ringing off the sort of the inside of the stairwell as we're going down.
As the lights bob around on your helmets and you begin to make your way down. You first get to deck B, and Harkins says, "Why don't the two of you help me check the bridge, and then I can stay up here while you get the reactor on and then make sure nothing goes haywire."
All right. I want to see what shape it's in as well, so that sounds good.
Yeah. And Craigmar just nods and he just sort of follows along, because he knows that the captain's probably got the right idea, or that's what he's hoping at least.
As you make your way into the bridge, the shutters are down and the lights from your suits look across the large bridge compared to yours. Yours is like a dinky little thing where the three of you are sort of stuffed in together, and this is a very large open space, and in the middle of it is a display table, what would have been state of the art 80 years ago for holographic viewing, and there's also a couple of pilot stations. And the thing you notice about the pilot stations, Mina, is that one of them looks like there was a fire on it, and you can, as you look up with your lights to the ceiling of the bridge, you see that there's soot marks up there. Obviously someone had set fire to one of the pilot stations. And the other one has an axe lodged into it, like just someone just smashed an axe into the pilot station. Then you also have like the command station and the communication stations that the tech would use. Those all look intact. So it's just the display table that looks like it's been burnt as well. One of the pilot stations, another one had an axe in it.
I don't think we're going to be piloting the ship too far, so let's see what else we can salvage.
And Craigmore kind of gives it a brief glance and he just goes,
Whoa, looks like something big went down here.
he's not, again, he's not stressed because he's seen things, but he's not sure why they would have, like, there's no reason, there's no thing there that makes him think there's a thing we need to be immediately concerned about, but he can't quite tell what's, you know, what would have had this happen, but he's still like, this doesn't look great.
Well, there aren't any bodies, is the thing.
Yeah,
so
no bodies.
Anything could have happened. There aren't bodies.
Yeah, exactly. It could have been they were trying to, you know, asset denial for hostile borders or something. You know, no idea.
Yeah, you find no bodies here, and Harkin walks over to the axe in the pilot station, gives it a tug and can't quite pull it out, and you just hear him say through the comms, "Disgruntled employee, maybe."
I don't know.
And Craig just cracks a smile, and he just nods, and he just kind of goes,
"Yeah, you know what? Let's go with that."
Because he doesn't want to think about what the alternatives are.
Harkin pushes a button and nothing happens. He's trying to open the shutters, Craig might be able to tell. He looks back over and he says, "Can the pair of you get down to the reactor room and try and get that thing up and running?"
I think so. We'll try.
Yes, sir.
And we kind of both go together. I don't know necessarily if anybody takes front after what we've seen, or if they do it reluctantly from this point forward. Because we've now seen
like I said, there's no bodies. Mina's still fine for now.
Yeah,
the next body's gonna get her, but she's still fine for now.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, now you've just jinxed it.
Oh, we already know. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. It's totally fine. Yes.
Right until it isn't.
Exactly. It's always fine until it's not.
As you head back out, then it's quite a large area on Deck B. It's bigger than Deck A. As you begin to make your way down the first hallway, there's a door at the end to the next section. It's definitely quiet here. You can see the dust in the air dancing through the light of your suit. And as you hit the buttons to the door, it opens up to another dark, empty hallway. As you look down one end of it, you see more black eggs on the floor. But luckily... Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, because Craigmar has now seen these eggs, and he's like,
"Whoa, see those? More of those egg things. Ugh."
And he's just kind of like just trying to indicate that they're there, just so that neither of them hopefully makes anything worse happen with those, because he doesn't want to know what comes out of those, to be quite honest, because they look horrible enough as it is. At least that was my thinking.
as you continue on back to the stairwell, you get back in and clung, clung, clung down to deck C.
Oof.
And here you come out into
Walking on eggshells.
hallway.
Not quite. I mean, it'd be more crunch, 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 wouldn't it? If we were walking on eggshells, I guess. Sorry, just acknowledging the puns in the chat.
As you get to the bottom here and you come to the next hallway, you open the door. And you hear a sound in the hallway. Boom. 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 It's not getting any closer. It's not getting any further away. It's just a constant thudding.
Oh god, that gives me Dead Space flashbacks. Oh god.
Someone might be alive down here. Maybe.
Like, and we both just look at each other because we both said it exactly the same time. It's just like, yep. And
So, who wants to go first?
Yeah, let's go find the power. Get that reactor turned back on.
yep. So we try and see how much can we see down there with like down this corridor with this ominous noise.
As you step out into the hallway and turn with your light, is it Mina going first?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
For now.
You turn and your light shines down the hallway in front of you. And add one stress, Mina, because there is a fucking person standing there.
No!
Is this I was going to say, to make the Dead Space reference complete, is it a person banging their head against a wall?
It is, yes.
Oh, good lord, you flipping did it. Well done.
As they're standing, banging their head against the wall, boom,
Oh.
boom, boom. They don't seem to take any notice of the fact that a light has just been shined on them, and they're standing in the complete darkness, banging their head against a wall.
With a kind
Is
of...
Is that the direction we need to go, or?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Of course.
That's
it
why you
is.
got
I
the
mean,
stress as well.
Exactly.
Okay.
And just for added context, it's not just any kind of... It's that kind of slightly cracky, squelchy sort of a noise every time it hits the wall. Just kind of... sort of a noise. And it's just like... Oh, God.
Craigmar, from where you're standing, all you see is Mina step out into the hallway and then just stop moving.
And Craigmar just goes,
Hey, what is it? What's wrong?
I don't know, but I think it is a human, but he's just standing there, banging his head on the wall. I'll bring our light up here and look.
and he goes forward and he sort of raises his light and he sees this person in front just kind of constantly smashing their head against like into the wall. And at this point, I think he adds. I would say he realizes this is pretty stressful. It is human. It is human, but he's not sure. He's just like, nope. Would you say that's that's definitely stressful, right? I would
Seems
say
stressful to me, and I'm not even in it.
Yeah, exactly. He's just like,
Ah, God, that. I mean, what do we do?
I don't know. Get that bolt gun ready in case we need to use it on a human thing. I don't know. I don't know. She readies up her incinerator as well, just to be
Yeah,
careful. And
he's slightly hesitantly. He doesn't fully commit to lifting the bolt gun, but he kind of like imagine the bolt gun sort of by his side. He sort of lifts it to kind of halfway, so he's ready to he doesn't want to fully commit to just having it out in front of him in case he needs to pull the trigger, but he's like, yeah, this might be a good idea to just kind of be ready for basically whatever this is.
Okay. As you do this, Mina, as you're igniting your incinerator, it takes a mechanical motion as it goes click, boom, and at that moment the person's head whips towards you and says, "Who are you? What are you doing here?" How do you react, Mina?
shocked, and then just surprised that it, first of all, has a voice. It was literally just banging its head on the wall, and she says, I'm Mina, and this is Craig Meyer, and we're docked here to try and figure out what happened to your ship. What? Are you okay? Do you need help?
I don't need help. It's only Sunday and lunchtime soon.
I don't think anyone is serving lunch. How long have you been here?
Incredulous. What time is it? Who are you?
And
she looks over at him.
And Craig. I was going to say, Craig. Well, here's the word incredulous, and starts to maybe cotton on the. Well, I mean, I'm not sure how much a tech would actually know. So I'm coming into me as a player for a second. I'm not sure how much Craig would actually know about androids existing.
Yeah, you would. There's a big debate in the universe at the moment where everyone fucking hates Weyland Yutani androids because they look human, and there's another company that make them that are called Working Joes, where they look like robots, and people are like, we like those because we can see that they're actually robots. So you'd know about them, and likely they make you uncomfortable.
Yeah. So they make okay. So he hears the word. No, I was going to say he hears the word. He at least, I don't know quite. Maybe I feel like he's just kind of he realizes that androids speak a certain way. Maybe I don't know. Is what I was thinking of. He picks up on the use of the word incredulous as part of the response. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like he just kind of he tries to sort of get Mina's attention, and he's realized that this person actually isn't human, and he's just like,
Psst. Hey, I think this might be an android.
And
Could be.
And so he's kind of clued her in as best he can as to what he's not sure, but he's just thinking that might be the case with this, and it could be why the human, well, why what they thought was a human wasn't basically, complete, like, is now talking, whereas they were just banging their head against the wall a moment ago.
Yeah. I think she would step up knowing this and say, state your name.
My name is Ava, and it's lunchtime. She'll turn around and begin to walk towards one of the doors. And as she turns, your lights catch the back of her head, and there's this dried old white substance in her hair. Maybe you do, maybe you don't recognise it as android blood, is what it's commonly called. And Ava begins to walk her way down and enters one of the rooms.
I feel like Cragwell might have seen a few. He might not have seen many much android blood, but I think he would at least know that that's what it looks like. He might have, I don't know, been taught about it or something in a thing, and he's just like,
yep, android blood.
he just sort of looks at Ava, then looks at me, and he's just like, yep, android blood, definitely. I was like,
right.
Now
Should we
can we
just
go and
let
turn
him
the
go?
reactor on?
Sure.
Yeah.
That was weird.
You're telling me.
Assuming he didn't go through the door we literally need to go through.
No, it's an offshoot, a storage room.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay. So maybe a thing that we'd want to be. I don't know. Actually, no, probably not. I was going to say maybe a thing that we'd want to keep an eye on, but I don't know how much stock we would take in a slightly unusual. I mean, put it this way: a slightly eccentric android. Well, actually, I feel like that is a line he would say.
You know what? A slightly eccentric android isn't the worst thing we've seen today.
I don't think there's much we can do unless we're willing to destroy it. But I think he's okay if he stays out of our way.
Exactly.
I think Harkin would tune in
as-
just to ask if you guys are okay at this point, hearing the chatter, and would say, "Is everything okay down there?"
Well, that's relative. We encountered a strange android. He was banging his head against the wall. I don't know what to make of it. Do you have any orders for what we should do about him?
If it gets in your way, get rid of it. We'll just say it was already fucking destroyed when we got here.
All right. Well, got our orders.
And Kragmar just nods. He's like, "Yep, fine."
Well,
Standard procedure.
let's see if we can finally get to this reactor without any other androids getting in our way.
As you head forward down the dark corridor, you open the next door, and it leads out onto a balcony with railings around it and a long catwalk. The catwalk leads above the deck below, deck D, where all the vehicles are kept. As you look down, your lights don't quite reach the bottom because it's quite far, but you can see that some of the vehicles are there and they've been turned on their side, flipped over. It looks like they weren't strapped down when they were maybe leaving a planet, or maybe the ship got knocked and they weren't tied down, but many of them look like they've been flipped over. And ahead is the catwalk that leads to the reactor room at the rear of the ship. And as you begin to clung, clung is echoing.
Ominous.
And as you move
Very.
forward, even though there's railings on either side of you on the long catwalk, it feels like a tightrope in these compression suits as you're making your way forward. But eventually, you get to the entrance to the reactor room at the other end of the catwalk, and you're able to open it as you head inside. It's pretty standard fare for a large reactor, in that you're in the room where the controls are for it, and there's a window looking into the reactor, because obviously it's quite dangerous to be exposed to one.
Of course.
And you can see in through the screen that it looks like there's clutter in there, like there's material attached to the reactor or around it.
I don't think it's supposed to look like that. I don't know what happened here, but I don't think this is mutiny anymore.
I am very much inclined to agree. This does not look like... well... doesn't look like anything... normal did this. Then again, I suppose normal is relative at this point.
And he just kind of looks around, sees all the clutter, and he's just like,
Yep. Just to confirm, a reactor is not meant to look like some kind of yard sale.
I would think Mina would try and find the computer and press some buttons and be like, "Do you think you can? Do you think you can get this thing booted up?"
and then he kind of, Kragmar sort of looks over at the computer, and he's like,
You know what? The sooner we get this done, the sooner we are out of here. So I will do my best.
and he just he goes over and he looks at it and he realizes that he knows most of how this works. He's not 100% sure because this is an 80-year-old piece of tech that he's working with, but he's fairly confident he can do it. But equally, he doesn't want to blow up the ship. I would say this is relatively. I don't know how stressful you think this is. I'd say
It's up to you. You tell me. You're in Craig Mar's shoes. You tell me.
I'd say. I'd say it's fair. Actually, I'd say on balance, it's relatively stress-free because it's just trying to get the power on.
Yeah.
And that's fairly standard. It's just flick a few switches, pull a few levers here and there, make sure everything works, make sure all the little lights go green, and he does that. Or at least he tries to do that, and the sort of 4 sort of circular panels in front of him that show the 4 sort of miniature cores inside the larger reactor structure, they all turn from sort of either a blank panel or a red light, depending on which one he was looking at. They all turn from red to green, and there's a sort of a thrumming noise that begins to emanate from inside where the window is, and all the sort of mechanisms start moving in the way that you'd think they should, even for an 80-year-old piece of tech, and it looks like it runs relatively smoothly. Considering everything that looks like it's gone on here so far that we've seen. And he just looks at it and he's like,
well, that should do it, at least for now, I hope.
As the reactor comes online and begins to whir and light up, something in the reactor room begins to move. That is not the reactor. Something very large. There's nothing that you've seen before. You don't get a clear look at it because it's through glass, but it's large. It's not a person. It's far bigger, and the way that it moves like a snake on legs, it begins to slink over to the side of the room, and then you hear this massive bang, 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 and as you look, you can see wherever this thing is, it's a large black-skinned creature that's slamming its fist against a vent on the side of the reactor room. How do you guys react to that?
Definitely add a stress thing, because we've just turned the reactor on and we thought this will be fine, and then
Whoa, what the
just loud, he just utters a bunch of expletives through his comm that quite frankly should not be broadcast on Weyland-Yutani logs. For whatever reason, and is definitely stressed at this point because he's just seen that thing. He doesn't know what it is, and it is now trying to hammer its way through a vent that should really be solid enough to stop anything, but is clearly probably not going to stop that from doing whatever it wants to do. So just to be clear, I've now got a 3 on my stress on this sheet. I don't know if I got my numbers right, but
yeah,
exactly.
As you move through the game, you'll be able to get rid of stress, and we can talk about that later when you're in a calmer environment.
I was just checking. Understandably stressed, understandably so.
Mina,
but he knows that if he, he knows that if he just knows that if he if he tries to do anything, if he tries to shut the reactor down, that might antagonize it. If he tries to fire his bolt gun, that's of course not going to work because they're behind the glass. He's just like, we're just going to see if we can get out of this, is his mindset at the moment. He doesn't necessarily care what it is, he just wants to not be anywhere near it.
I got to a 2 with the android, but I guess now I'm a 3.
I'd say that's fair. I'd say that's fair.
But yeah, she's thinking the same thing. We did this. Let's put a few doors between us and whatever the heck this thing is. So she's like, let's get out of here as quickly as we can. We can radio the captain and tell him what we just saw. I don't know what it is, but maybe he will. I don't know.
Okay.
Yep, good idea.
And we sort of. It's not quite a sprint because it's not chasing, but they're just hurriedly moving through. Is how I'd have pictured it. We're
as quick as you can.
Sort of a kind of halfway between a jog and a sprint. We're just like, yep, go, 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 run, run, run. Let's leave. Now the
Okay,
power's
so a
back
few
on.
things happen here. So as you guys are prepping to run out of the reactor room, I imagine Mina has the incinerator in hand now, still ignited, and Craigmar has the bolt gun at the ready. As you begin to hustle, you hear the intercom of the ship going, and it's the voice of Mother, which is pretty recognizable on any Weyland-Yutani ship. Fun fact, in Alien RPG, the game master is called the Game Mother. So,
I love it.
That's cool. That's
And,
cool. I like that.
as it kicks in, it says, "Power restored to USCSS Cronus, waking crew from cryo." And as you begin to hustle towards the catwalk, you hear bang, bang, slam as the vent falls onto the ground behind you. As you get to the catwalk, you see this thing, this large black creature crawling out of the vent from the reactor behind it, and it reaches down onto the end of the catwalk and then begins to sprint towards you. So one important question here: who's in the front of the catwalk?
We didn't say this time.
No, we
I don't
didn't.
know.
But I'm kind of glad we didn't. I feel.
Because you don't want to go first.
I feel like I would have gone first. That's what I'm saying. I would have gone first. So you would be.
I intentionally
But now you're
did
not?
this to break your pie.
Yeah. Well, no. Well, there wasn't any breaking to be done because it was already. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean.
All right. Well, I got the flamethrower.
yeah.
I'll go first if you don't want to. That's fine.
No,
It's fine.
I was going to say I'd already, as you were saying, oh, let's leave. I'd already double checked the reactor controls and started to walk out. So I was actually first out of the room. Was the idea.
Okay.
So you're behind me. You're looking back, seeing this thing, just kind of.
Coming up
Mina,
the rear with my, my flamethrower. Yes.
this thing is definitely going to catch up with you. There's no
Okay.
doubt about it. So are you going to turn and try and stand your ground, or are you going to try and hustle?
Well, I do have the flamethrower, so if we're gonna see it, and we can't get some doors between us, then yeah, I would definitely try and use the flamethrower.
I don't blame you. That's what I'd do.
Okay, so we are gonna make an attack with your flamethrower.
How
So
do we do that?
I'm gonna give
Close
you
combat?
the stats.
Ooh, all the numbers.
Yeah, every number. So you don't get any bonus dice for the incinerator unit
Okay.
to your attack. So you just make a ranged combat test.
Okay.
So-
Oh, I have 7 in range combat, so I'm not mad about that.
Oh.
But 3 stress, so who knows how that's gonna go? Let's
Do
try.
you know what happens in combat with stress in range combat?
No, I don't want to know.
Neither do I.
If you fail on your stress die, instead of gaining panic, you basically empty your clip or whatever you have in your weapon, and you have to change
Oh,
it.
that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah,
All right, here we go.
Okay.
I got no successes and no failures. Oh,
Do you want to push
Whoa.
it?
I can push it. Yeah.
Real good.
Panic. One panic success. That's what it says.
What?
I don't
Okay.
know how that worked exactly.
So you got one success and one panic.
Yeah, and it says keeping it together 0-6. You managed to keep your nerves in check barely. That's what it
Okay.
says.
Sounds about right. Sounds about
I
right
have
to this
no
universe.
idea.
We'll
No, but
ignore
yeah.
the result of the panic roll for now. It just in combat it just means you empty your clip out, so you just unleash
Spraying
on it.
fire.
Yeah, so describe this for us, Mina, as you're unleashing.
Oh man. Yeah, she sees it. She's never really used this as a weapon before, so of course that's new. So she lets it rip and I guess successfully sets this thing on fire, but like gets so panicked she just can't let go of the trigger until like it's just empty. Just gone. Just gone. The thing is crispy, but like still
Ugh.
You know.
So, as
Yeah.
you unleash your whole thing on it until it just cuts out because you've run out of fuel because you're freaking out. I just imagine you on this catwalk in the dark with just this enormous flame lighting up the entire area. As you
Yeah, it's like a
unleash on it.
giant wall of, it's like a giant wall of fire, just kind of
Yeah.
thing. Just
Totally.
like it starts off like a sort of, but then it's just you see like the giant sort of plume come out of the top of it and just ignite this thing.
So I'm just going to make my armor save for it, which is halved because they don't like fire. So, okay, Google, roll 3d6.
You rolled 6, 6, and 1 for a total of 13.
Whoa!
That does not sound good.
It's
No,
not
that
good.
does not. No.
Oh,
So
no.
there's a good thing and there's a bad thing here. So
God.
the good thing is that it is on fire. So
The
on
bad
its
thing
turn,
is it's
it's
still
gonna.
coming towards you.
Yeah, it took no damage.
No. Why?
So
Wow.
it's going to be the Xeno's turn now. As
Oh, God.
I'm going to roll its fire dice to see if it takes damage or if it puts itself out. Okay, Google, roll 1d6.
You got 4.
Okay, so he's all good. The fire cuts out on it. It just seems to glaze over it. And here's the fun part of Alien RPG, which is fun for the GM but not for the players.
Sounds about right.
Is that I don't roll like damage immediately. I roll a d6 and then it tells me what the creature does.
What?
Oh, okay.
That sounds unusual.
Okay, Google.
All right.
Roll 1d6.
What's it gonna be?
Oh God.
It's 1.
It's 1.
1. Let's hope
What
that's
the
bad.
wonder.
Terrifying
Yeah.
hiss.
Oh, okay. Could be worse.
That's
Could be
okay.
worse.
Yeah, it could be a lot worse.
I
As
mean,
it-
Mina definitely reacts to that and like flinches because she's out and like, whoa.
Yeah, yeah.
So
exactly.
here it is. It leans in close to you, showing its razor sharp teeth and hissing. So it's getting in like. You must
Ugh.
make an immediate panic roll. So are you at 3 stress, Mina?
Yes.
Okay, so just roll me 3d6 and tell me if you get any ones. Or you can do .r space 3s for it if you want.
Well,
Yeah.
I did. I'm really
excellent.
sad to say that I got 2 ones.
Okay, did it do a panic roll for you?
No, I just should I roll that differently? I just rolled 3d6.
Yeah,
That's
no problem.
it.
Roll me an extra d6 and let's
Okay.
go to the panic table.
Oh, God.
It's a 2. What do I get?
What did you
What do I
get?
get?
What did you get
2.
from the panic table?
You got 2 fails plus 2 on the stress. Just going to my panic.
Yeah, this is Alien RPG, everybody, aka Spreadsheet, the video game.
Mate, you haven't played a complex RPG, obviously.
No,
Good
no,
luck
I
with
haven't.
this
your
is not
playing.
bad. This is not bad.
No, I haven't. But you know what I mean. The point still stands.
Tables are good. We like tables.
Yes. Here we go.
I personally don't, but that's just me, screen reader user. That's why.
Yeah, it's
What do
good
we
to
get?
have
What's 2?
complex notes. We got 2 plus. Okay, you're good. You're keeping it together, Mina.
Oh
Keeping it
my.
together.
Okay. Whew.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'll give you the bad news in a minute, but Craigmar, it's your turn. You turn to see Mina just shooting fire at this thing, and it just runs up in front of her, leaning over her. It's clearly at least 2 feet taller as it just reaches out and in front of her.
So, I mean, the question is, I think at this point in Craigmar's head, he's thinking, will this bolt gun even do anything against this? Is his logic?
He's gonna leave me for dead.
No.
Sure.
But
He's already
No,
made his
he-
mind up.
No, he's not. He's not. He's gonna at least
Sounds
try.
like it to me.
No, he's just like, is this gonna work? Like, even if I get a shot off, will it actually phase it? Is kind of what he's thinking. But he's gonna be better than what Mina thinks of him, clearly. And he's gonna try and at least fire one shot and see if that actually works. Because he wouldn't want to just run off and leave the rest of his crew.
Okay, so roll a ranged attack.
Let me find my range. Wait, do I see a range? I don't see.
It's
I
under
saw it on here before. Oh, I do see it. Yeah, I do
yeah.
see it. Yeah. It's like all the way down to the bottom of the list, nearly. That's fun. Right. So you roll. Remind me, you roll 3. So you roll, in this case, a 3.
Yeah.
For that, and then you roll your stress as well.
Yeah. So what you do is, on the chat, you do period R space 3B space 3S.
Yeah, 3 base dice, 3 stress. Cool.
Yeah. You got
Right. Let's see.
Dun, dun, dun. Oh, you got a success. Okay.
Yeah, you got 1 success apparently.
Nice.
Wait.
No ones in the stress area, so that's good.
By the way,
I don't know how. I was going to say, I don't know how to interpret this. This is harder than normal.
You got a good roll. That's better.
Yeah. No.
No ones in your stress dice.
It's because it uses the little like emojis. So it says graphic alien B and a number. Yeah. I could probably tweak that with a dictionary thing. Anyway, sorry, I digress.
Yeah, no. That the handy thing with the roller is it just tells you at the end, like, yeah, you got 1 success, and it's like, okay.
So that's all I have to. Okay,
great.
so no, because I've not run with this roller yet, so I'm learning.
No problem.
That's good. I
So
got 1 success, yay!
The cool thing I hadn't mentioned earlier as well is that with stress die, you roll a 1, you panic, but if you roll a 6, it counts as an additional success because you're so stressed that you're pushing yourself harder.
Oh wow! Okay, fun.
So it's good and bad.
Yeah, I get you. It's a sort of adrenaline, panic, push, stress thing.
Exactly.
That's the technical term, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love the
panic,
stress
push, stress
mechanisms.
thing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
you deal 3 damage to this thing. So I got to make an armor save, which is standard for a Xeno.
So I'll wait and then I'll describe what happened. Probably best.
Will you describe it, because I have to look something up real quick.
Good point. Yeah. So Craigmar sees this thing covered in. Well, it was previously covered in fire. It now is just covered in anger, if that's the thing. It's just completely enraged at this point. It's just like whatever, and he raises the bolt gun, and he too has never had to utilize this necessarily to put holes in things, but he's aware of the possibility of it being done. And so he fires this bolt. He fires like, I don't know. Let's just arbitrarily say that one bolt is like 1 damage or whatever. So he fires 1, 2, 3, crack, crack, crack. These 3 bolts fly and sort of arc through the air. Where they sort of fly in, lines towards where the Xeno is. Mm-hmm. The question as to whether they actually connect or do anything is up to the DM at this point.
Yeah, I'm just looking something up. I need.
The fun thing is, where I've played so much Dead Space, I can almost hear this in my head. Because it's kind of the same universe. Well, not the same universe, but the same sort of sound design and everything as well.
So as you fire it, SK, this you do 3 damage, and this Xeno has armor of 6. But a bolt pistol counts as armor piercing, so my armor is halved. So I'm going to roll 3 dice instead.
Oh wow! Okay, this will be interesting. It'll probably
roll 3d6.
It worked out so well for me.
It'll probably still take no damage.
Good luck.
You've got 6, 1, and 3. That makes 10.
Okay, so you got 2 damage on the thing. So describe that for us.
So I'm trying to remember what color Well, actually, isn't it green blood? Is it green?
Green
Maybe
acid
it is, isn't
blood.
it? Yeah, I was trying to remember now. Yeah. No, I'm just trying to remember my my lore from years ago. So, one of the bolt let's say one of the bolts bounces harmlessly off it, sort of like it, or it raises like an appendage, a claw or whatever to block it. It sort of like hits it out of the air. It's a very quick thing, this, as we've seen already. But the other two strike home where it's sort of raised its kind of arm or whatever, or like a limb of sorts. It's raised one of those, and the other two bolts kind of find a mark, and a small spurt of green acidic blood, kind of two small holes are visible in the skin, and you see the sort of the drops kind of fall to the catwalk, and then you sort of hear a hissing noise. And though of course I don't know how clearly we're going to see that, the impact of that, in terms of the fact that small holes are now being eaten through the catwalk. But
you're going to see it very clearly because it is directly in front of Mina, and as your bolt hits it, boom, boom, acid splashes out onto her suit. Mina, roll me 2d6 to see if it affects you.
He kills me anyway.
Sorry for the vivid descriptions potentially killing you.
No, you're not. It's fine.
It's good fun actually trying to just describe all of this.
2 twos. 2 twos.
And while we wait in silence.
To see if Mina has... You've killed us all. You've killed us all, Craig.
I know. He's just dead right here. Have fun.
It would be in true Craigmar fashion to be just unlucky as heck, wouldn't
it? Yeah.
And fucking Mina's got better stats. God damn it.
Always. That's the rule, isn't it? It's the unwritten rule. It's going to become like a running gag now, isn't it? Whenever you call a character Craigmar and there's a character called Mina in the game, she's always going to have higher stats.
She's going to arm wrestle you later. Just slam your fists to the ground.
I'm telling you, stats don't matter. It's all about the rolls.
Not really.
You keep saying that, but I'm telling you. It's
Not really. Not if you've got good numbers to start with. No, no, it's all fine.
No,
it's all
you
good.
can roll 3 ones in a row if you want. It happens.
Did you roll us 2d6, Mina?
Oh yeah, 2 twos.
Yeah.
I got 2 twos.
Did you? Oh, okay, you're good. You managed to. This green blood just spurts onto your suit, and you flip your arm away and manage to knock it onto the catwalk. The creature screeches, "Rawr!" And I'm gonna make a roll to see what it does before it runs away.
Oh God.
Okay, Google. Roll 1d6.
Gonna flip and turn around and hit you off the catwalk or something, isn't it? Oh God.
Oh no.
God. This is
What
bad.
is a 6?
This is bad.
Awful. I just
Oh.
have to.
Oh,
I think we all know this is bad.
Well, maybe.
That
It's a
could be
table.
good.
It's a table. 6 could be fine.
Yeah.
6
Everything's
could
fine.
be fine, but then again,
I could die. Who knows?
Yeah. Just to be safe,
You-
everyone should immediately panic.
exactly. As they said in Dad's Army, don't panic, don't panic.
Okay,
Oh,
6 is. Oh! Sorry,
Oh
mate.
no.
Tail
No!
spike.
I'm dead.
What did you say it was?
So just give me 1 second here.
What did you say it was, DM?
Tail spike.
Oh well.
I'm gonna be dead. I mean, it was nice while it lasted. I hope you enjoy the rest of the game.
And Toes, you jinxed it, my friend. Toes, you jinxed it. Because you said right at the beginning, things to Google Rolls.
Thanks to
What?
Google Rolls. Toes uses
thanks to
dictation.
Google Rolls. Yeah.
Gotta read between the lines.
Okay, Google,
Yeah.
roll 66.
Oh my.
Here's some
6.
results.
Oh, okay, Google, stop. Hey Google, roll 4d6.
I can only
Numbers.
help you with the first request.
Okay, Google, stop.
What?
I can't do it. Okay, I'm gonna mess up our
She's
cameras
done.
for a minute while I use our.
Do you want me to
our
roll them
chat.
for you in the chat?
Yes, please, and then lie
I
to
can
me.
do it. I will not lie to you.
It's like
I
I
would
can only
never.
help you with the first request.
Oh
Google.
god, I've screwed
Google
up
is making
the
life hard.
video again. Oh my god.
It's
wow.
I think it was
Hate
frozen
the
anyway.
Discord.
So
Oh god.
have you used the little pop out button in Discord when you're in the video call? Does that help at all? Or have you tried it?
It's just me and SK. Danny's is always fine. But I'll sort it out while we do
When
this.
when you say
Who
when you
knows?
say my stuff, what do you mean? Just the feed on your end, or what?
To the
I'm confused.
OBS, yeah. I've had a lot of trouble.
Yeah,
with
it just
OBS
has
lately.
issues. Yeah.
Why
It's got
me?
issues, man. Yeah.
You're gonna get blind toes an award for guessing this. What the most likely method of death in this game award, or something. Skewer time.
So what did
Just
you
reminds me
get,
of Halo
Nina?
Infinite. Sorry.
Oh, I didn't do it yet. I wasn't
Oh,
sure if you really
sorry.
wanted me to, but
Don't
I
need
am
to add
happy
more
to.
stress.
No,
Yeah,
you're
go
fine.
ahead.
Is it 4d6?
Roll 6, please.
66. Okay. We got
Oh god.
2, 4, 4, 4. Lots of fours. 5, 2.
You are so fucking lucky, Mina. You have no idea.
Did I just save myself with my
Oh
own
my
roll?
God. Yeah, with your
think you
bullshit
did.
roll, you just.
Well,
All fours.
That's gonna
Look, there's proof in the chat if you want to look, okay?
I'll look
that's gonna be
after
on a
the
t-shirt
stream.
Now.
And be like,
That's gonna be on a t-shirt now.
What if I
That's a lot
lied?
of-
What if
like-
I lied?
Like that's
Hilarious.
a lot of fours and a picture of like your character with a giant tail spike coming down right next to her head.
Yeah.
I'm like
So-
a Xeno.
I'll tell you
man.
what would have happened if.
Oh,
if-
please do.
If you get 1 6 with that, at least 1 6.
1 6.
The tail spike hits you, your armor is halved because it's also armor piercing like SK's thing. And then
Yep.
if you fail your armor save and it does at least 1 point of damage to you, you basically get a critical condition which would definitely kill you within like a round.
Oh my god, I did almost
Wow.
die.
So you are so shield the lucky rolls. That's
Oh
what
my
we're gonna
God.
call
I mean,
you
if
that
it's
now, damn it.
death or being lucky, I'll
Yeah.
take it.
It's like what is it? They let me pick. Didn't I tell you that? They let me choose whichever Spartan I wanted. Blah 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 blah. They were strong and swift and brave, but you know what they didn't have? Can you guess? Luck, etc.
That's funny.
So Mina,
That
is
as
so
you're
funny.
standing there, as Craigmar puts a bolt into this creature, it screeches, it whips at you with its tail, but you're already in motion as you duck on the catwalk. Its tail swings over you and it begins to run back the other way. Do you guys want to try and attack it, or are you going to turn and run?
I
I mean, I'm out of ammo, so no.
feel like if I try and take a shot at it at this point, it will just make it even angrier than it already is. So I'm not going to try and shoot at it because I know I was lucky that time, but given I just saw what it did, I'd rather not tangle with it any further. I'd rather just try and leave it alone.
As you are
It's not
standing
gonna
on the
leave us
catwalk,
long.
this creature's already running away from you. You're panicked, you're stressed. Mina's trying to fiddle with the incinerator because it's out of ammo. Craigmar's checking his bolt gun real quick before you get ready to run. But you hear Mother over the intercom again say, "Setting self-destruct mechanism on USCSS Montero." And you hear Harkin come over the intercom and say, "Oh, for fuck's sake, it's some kind of protective measure. It's set the self-destruct on our shit. I'm going to try and get back and stop the fucking thing."
And at this point, Craig was just like,
I was about to ask what you've done, but you've already answered that question. And why would it have a protective measure for our ship?
I've no idea what the fucking hell the company's doing. They've just woken up their cryo as well. If there's any crew left in there, they'll be waking up with a fucking hangover right now.
I guess that's where we should head. Let's.
Or do we want to try and head back and actually stop the flipping, like, self-destruct? Do we want to just, like, cut our losses and leave so that we don't all sort of end up on a derelict 80-year-old spaceship with nothing but whatever that thing was? And the strange eccentric android we met earlier. I mean, I guess cryo could help. I guess. I don't know at this point. I'm just like, do we run? Do we try and see if there's anyone else alive?
I don't know. If he can't stop it from the where he's at in the bridge, then what are we going to be able to do? I mean, you're the one who could be able to stop it. You know, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, I would. But then, do we want to split up? That's the real question. Is that what you're trying to do, DM? Wouldn't be surprised. Because that's what always happens in horror movies.
I never do anything of the sort.
Like I believe that. Oh, God.
I don't know what you're imploding.
Imploding? I'll tell you what, we'll be imploding in a minute. This flipping ship.
Oh my God.
Well, both of these ships, if we're really unlucky.
Well, we gotta go back up anyway. The bridge was on what, B, and we're on C.
Bridge was on B deck. We're on C. Cryo is on. Cryo's
this
on B
A.
as well.
No, cryo's on A where we came in.
Cryo's on. Oh, okay. Yeah.
So we could go to the bridge first, and you can try and disable this thing. So that's my vote.
Yeah, you know what? Why not? We'll go to the bridge, and Craig
or die trying.
Well, exactly. Why not? Right. And I'll probably end up blowing the ship up. You wait. Not deliberately. Just. No,
who knows?
Yeah, exactly. Could be both of us end up blowing it up. Craigmar is just like.
Harkin, we'll try and get to the bridge and stop it from here.
Thanks, Craigmar. I'm going to get over there and see what I can do on that end as well. I'll get into Mother and see if I can try to figure out what the fuck is going on.
And so we then sort of just hightail it out of there. I think at this point I take lead. While I'm
out of ammo, so yeah.
I was going to say, no, while you try and wrestle with it, is what I was saying. Like, you're trying to figure out, I don't know, how to reload it or whatever.
Yeah. So the question is, do I have more fuel? Is that something I roll for, or do I get lucky and find it along the way somewhere? How does this work?
We can say that you guys have some additional ammo, so I'll give you one each. Okay. Mina, you can reload it as you're running, and Craigmar, if you just mark on your sheet somewhere that you have one extra ammo.
One extra ammo or one extra clip? Just to...
Like it's a clip, basically. It's called.
Yeah, I was going to say, I probably shouldn't ask this, but I'm going to ask it anyway. How much ammo does a clip have in it anyway?
It's a generic term
That's a good question.
for alien, so it's just like it runs out when you panic and fucking blast the whole thing off. So you could get 50 shots out of one. It's just for dramatic effects.
Yeah, no, just it's one of those things where it's like you want to ask, but you don't want to ask in case it's like you get 2 rounds of clip or whatever. But we won't make it that.
You pull the bolts back out of the alien and reuse them.
The acid? No.
No, that'd be funny. It's like you're trying to repair a thing, and it's like, wait, where's the thing? And then you see 2 giant holes in it where the acid's gone through. It's like, oops, no.
So as this is happening, as you guys begin to grab your stuff, Mina ditches the canister on the incinerator and pulls out the other one ready to load it back up again. Could both of you roll me 5d6? You can just do it .r space 5b, and let's see how your oxygen's doing.
You do yours first. You do yours first, and then I'll roll mine, Danny. Just so we don't clutter. No, just so we don't clutter the bot. That's all.
It's fine. I got 2 6s and no 1s.
Excellent.
3 6 6 3 3. If that matters.
Let's see if I'm lucky. Probably not.
That's the British mentality.
Oh, you got 2 6s as well.
Oh,
You
wow.
got 2 6s as
I
well.
was going to say, it's the Craigmar mentality. That's what it is.
You also got 2 1s, but I don't think it matters here. So
I wonder, what is that even for anyway, that roll?
Your oxygen.
success, I'm guessing.
Oh,
Okay.
So did you get
hold
any
on.
ones?
Yeah, I did.
He
I
got 2
2.
1s.
Okay, so
Yeah.
reduce your air supply to 3, Craigmar.
So I was right. I told you.
Oh, man.
Yep, I told you I was right.
Maybe you should have rolled first. Maybe it would have been different.
Wouldn't have mattered. I can tell you that much right now. I know that. You wait. Next time we do it. Next time we do it, I'll roll first, and we'll see if we're right.
Okay. As you begin to run, Craigmar, you can feel that you're using up some of the oxygen in your suit, rushing through here. It's a clang, 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 clang. You guys are running down the catwalk and through the hallway to the stairwell. Boom, 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 boom. Up the stairs, back to deck B, and boom, boom, into the bridge. The bridge has sprung to life, and you can see that the pilot console with the axe wedged in it has some lights still coming on. The command station is up, and the communications, but the old display table is clearly too burnt out, and so is the other pilot station as you get in.
So, are there any like alerts or error things on the screen, or?
There are lights everywhere, flashing on everything. It is freaking out.
Oh man. I know we had the pilot things, the pilot stations damaged beyond repair. Like, is there nothing I can do on those at all?
You might be able to repair it, but you wouldn't be able to fully navigate the ship right now with an axe sticking out of it. You'd have to.
I mean, that's why I was asking.
Yeah, you'd have to fix it.
Okay.
So,
I'd say while he's looking at computers, she's definitely going to do that, though. So whenever we get to that.
So, so at this point, I'm trying to remember. Craigmar's trying to remember what he's learned about, the old school self-destruct mechanisms on these ships.
Mm-hmm.
And how they're all sort of wired into each core system. I don't know. And he's just trying to he's just trying to think, how do I, how do we stop this from being a problem from this side?
As you're looking at it, it's quite strange because there's no actual signals have gone from the mother or the Cronus to the Montero. There's been no communications of any kind between them.
And I noticed that, and I acknowledged it, and it's like I sort of radio over to Harkin. I was like,
"Hey, Harkin, seems like we got a weird signal issue over here. No signal was sent from the Kronos to the Montero. There is no self-destruct chain."
That's because someone sent it to our mother from command. They would have had to pre-plan this. We're too far out. They wouldn't be able to just activate it like that. It would have had to be premeditated. And I can't shut it down. I'm going to disconnect the ship and try to get it as far away as possible. There's too much fuel on here. If it goes off with you lot there, it's going to destroy everything.
God.
And he's left us behind.
Of course.
Seems smart, though. Seems smart.
Yeah, reason. Well, no. Well, kind of. I mean, because that's the ship that's going to blow up, though. So, I don't know. Not sure what the smart play is there, really. Maybe there is none. Maybe that's how this works. I don't know.
The door to the bridge opens and a man in a t-shirt and underwear, what you'd expect from cryo, walks in, his hair slicked back from the liquid inside a cryo tube. He looks like he's quite tired and disorientated, but he smiles wearily as he sees the two of you and says, we have guests. Hello. Have you come to save us?
And
who are you?
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, manners. I'm Percy Pleasure to meet you. I'm the
I
corporate.
knew it.
I'm the
Well,
corporate
Craig did,
liaison.
but we did. Corporate liaison, I love it.
And who are the two of you?
And Craig just looks at him and he's just actually at this point have we got our helmets on and everything, because clearly Percy doesn't have anything on and he's been in cryo and stuff, so life support is presumably back up.
magic.
I was kind of curious as to how that was working.
He's a reverend.
Or he's
so
the manager.
he-
Oh boy.
Oh god,
The crossover begins.
Xenos and Revenants. This is gonna get bad. This is gonna get really interesting. No, so how are we? Are we? I'm guessing we're still keeping our suits on then, even. Do you know what I mean? Just thinking. That's all.
Yeah, we gotta go back to our ship soon, hopefully.
Yeah.
Or, escape pods, something.
Yeah, exactly. Anything.
So yeah.
Yeah, we'll run with. Okay, that's just like.
I'm Technician Jonathan Craigmar from the USCSS Montero.
I'm Mina, I'm a pilot. When was the last time you were awake? Do you know what's happened on the ship?
Yeah, I know what was happening before we went to sleep, but I assume you're here to help us. We had a bit of a rough ride.
We'll try our best, but I believe information needs to come from both sides. What happened before you went to sleep?
Oh, just a bit of trouble with some kind of science experiment from the planet we were on, but nothing to be too concerned about. I don't think.
I think you've missed a lot. Half of your ship is missing, and there is a giant creature running around. He almost killed us. It almost killed us.
I see. As he says that, another person just bursts in past him, shoves Percy out of the way, and he's got a shaved head, and he looks angry as he points at both of you and asks, "Who the fuck are you? And who the fuck are you?"
He's a fun one.
Yep, indeed.
I'm Mina, a pilot. This is Craig Moore, a technician. Who are you, and what's going on here? Do you know what's going on in this ship at all? Is it your ship?
Yeah, this is our ship. God, my head. I'm Levi. I'm security on here.
Sounds about right.
Should have seen that coming. I should have seen that coming.
I was whenever you
I was
say,
waiting.
whenever you say, "Oh, here's a new character" or whatever, I'm just like, which one is it going to be? Which is great.
I love it.
I'm security,
Yeah,
and so we had an alien on board, and we tried to kill it, but I don't think we did.
And Craig just looks at him and he just goes,
Yeah, I believe us and that alien might have met.
and he just kind of looks at Mina and he's just like, yeah.
Yeah, we tried to kill it too.
Percy
Tried.
will interrupt the conversation to say, perhaps we should think about the information we're putting out before we say something untoward that maybe misconstrues the situation.
Why don't you sit down over there? And she gestures to the wall or something. I don't think you understand what's going on here.
I'll go and check on the others and make sure they're okay. And Levi growls at Percy as he walks by.
Mina looks at Levi. She says, "Do you know how to stop this self-destruction protocol that's going on here? Can you help us with that?"
Ah, don't tell me our ship's self-destructing as well. Oh my god.
And Craigmore just kind of interjects, like, as helpfully as he can. And he's just like,
It seems like this signal wasn't sent from this side. Seems like there's a possibility that this may have been pre-planned.
and he's trying not to say too much about sort of the idea that it might have come from command or whatever, but he's trying to just impress the fact that there might not be answers this side necessarily unless it's actually from a person.
Well, how long until our ship blows up?
And then his mother chime in saying it's like T minus 10, 9. Wouldn't surprise me in this universe.
Well, it's not the Cronus that's self-destructing, it's the Montero.
Yeah, but it seems like it might have been linked enough. You know what I mean? That it may still have done it. I don't know. It's a question of whether they're still linked together by the umbilicals yet, or whether.
No, it's
Yeah, has our captain
Harkins
left? He's left.
detached it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's actually fully left now.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine.
Yeah.
You can see him through the shutters that are open on the bridge. You can see the Montero off in the horizon, travelling away.
Okay. Well,
Fine.
we definitely explained that. No,
Yeah,
it sets something off with our ship when we docked to see what was going on. So you guys may have just cost us our ship, and I really need you to help us figure out why.
I don't know. Probably
yeah.
some corporate bullshit. I don't know.
And Craigmore just kind of nods. He's just like, "Yep, sounds right." He's not sure quite what it is, but he's aware that that's a very distinct possibility.
Don't trust that Percy guy either. I don't like him.
Is anyone else alive on the ship?
Yeah. The captain's still up and kicking, and two of the doctors are, and I don't know if Ava's still kicking around.
Oh, and
yeah, about Ava. You should probably leave that one locked in the closet where we last saw him.
Oh shit.
Seems like there was some kind of malfunction, possibly. Believed it was still lunchtime on a Sunday, and was banging its head against a wall in quite the scary manner, I've got to admit.
This is just a fucking android anyway. That's fine.
wow.
All right.
You wanna how Levi feels about androids?
I think at this point Mina would be curious to know if she could even fly the ship, since theirs is, maybe gone. So she would try and pull the axe out of that pilot station, if that's something I need to roll for, I'm assuming.
Yeah, just make me a strength test, so you don't need to add your stress to that.
Okay. So
Because even though it's stressful, it's not really that stressful. Because you're not on the ship that's about to blow up.
still base dice, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I only had 2, so I got a 3 and a 4. So that didn't work out.
You're not able to pull it out, but if you guys spend a shift, so that's like 5 to 6 hours. If you spend that much time, you're pretty certain you'll be able to dislodge the axe and then use whatever's left on the burnt out pilot station to maybe fix the kind of functioning one.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I was going to say, shall I roll a strength test anyway, just to be sure? Or
Sure, yeah, you can do that.
I mean,
Just for funsies to get an axe.
you
you never know, right? Might be useful if we can get it out.
Yeah, maybe you have more strength than me. I only had 2.
I've got a 4, so
Oh.
Yeah.
but
You
might
get
be
it.
might be lucky.
No.
No, oh well, it was worth a try. You never know.
Yeah.
3,
As
1,
you're
3, 5.
trying to pull it out, an older man, he's thin, he has glasses on and a scraggly little goatee. He comes running in and he looks at the two of you but doesn't really acknowledge you, and immediately turns to Levi and starts to say, "Okay, quickly, Levi, Flynn, he's something's happening to him. I don't know what. And Levi calms him and he says, "Oh, you're gonna have to calm down. My head is okay. What? Slower." And he says, "Oh, okay. Flynn has fallen over. Something's happening to him, and I don't know what's going on." And Levi looks at the two of you and says, "Would you guys mind helping me checking this guy?"
What else are we gonna do?
and Craigmar just looks at me and nods, and just follows along as well, as we sort of walk out of the room to go and see what the heck is going on.
Yeah.
With this person who's fallen over. It just reminded me of the old advert. Help! I've fallen and I can't get up. Just reminded me of that. Wow.
He's pushing his little alarm on his chest. Help me! As you head down the hallway, the lights are on now, and the doors of the cryo room are wide open, and you can see there's a couple of people in there. Percy's not with them, but you can see one man is laying on the floor and another man is just standing with his hands on his head looking down at him. And as you get towards the room, I assume Levi's leading the way.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, he'd say to the other guy with his hands on his head, "Can you get any more useless, Captain Johns?" And he'll look down at the man on the floor and say, "You okay there, Flynn?" And there's no response. The man's laying there. And Levi will look back and say, "I guess you guys can do CPR with those suits on." And he'll get down on his hands and knees and start dum, dum, dum on his chest, and then trying to breathe in to Flynn. And as he's doing this, the man with the scraggly goat is saying, I don't know what happened. He went down. Is he gonna be okay?" And Flynn begins to convulse.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Yep, this ain't going well, is it?
Mina's definitely not a doctor.
Out of character as well, just saying that. Yep. And Craigmar's only a tech. He doesn't deal in sort of like human stuff. He's
Mina would look at the crew because they literally just told her there were two doctors. She's like, "Can't you guys do anything else to help this guy?"
I'm not a trained doctor. I'm just a doctor of medical science. Like I just do a bit of chemistry.
And
oh boy.
And Craigmar just goes. He just says,
"Didn't someone say there were two doctors around here?"
That's the other one on the floor there. Do something.
And Craigmar just goes,
"Ah."
Once again, uttering an expletive not to be broadcast very well in Jutani logs. He just looks and he just wonders if there's sort of like a... Because he's not quite sure what the problem is, and he's kind of aware that there might be some kind of medical scanner sort of nearby,
I was just
possibly.
gonna ask, yeah.
Given its cryo, there's probably like a medical scanner thing. I'm trying to think.
Oh, they had a whole
like a,
medical bay that would perform surgeries and such. It was
I can't think what it was. I can't think what it's called now. There's a special name for it. I can't think.
Do they have anything like that in here, or is the med bay
they?
part of the ship that's like gone?
As you begin to look around the cryo room to see if there's any equipment that could maybe help Dr. Flynn, as Levi backs away from his convulsing body, unsure of what to do. He backs away further as blood starts to seep out of Flynn's nose and ears. I'm stumbling over my words here.
It's alright.
His bloody eyes roll over white. He convulses and writhes, and his body begins to twist and turn.
Oh God! And Craigmar just looks at the body, and he just goes,
Oh, God, that's not good.
and he's honestly he's probably starting to get a little stressed at this point, I would say, because he's out of his comfort zone, and he's seeing whatever this is in front of him.
Yeah, Mina's
'cause-
just like rifling through all the gear and stuff, trying to find anything. She's like, "There's got to be
I'm
something here."
gonna add a stress point. I probably shouldn't, but I'm gonna.
There's a sickening pop and a bloody splash as his eyeball launches from his face and smacks into the visor of Craigmar.
Ah!
That's your stress dice for you there.
Yeah, that's fair.
Craigmar.
No,
That works.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm just like,
Oh, God!
As you
that
look,
is not good either.
as you look back at the body, a small white spindly arm reaches from his eye socket.
oh, oh,
The
God.
slender, gore-covered arm reaches around and begins to tug at his distended mouth. Its spindly fingers yank the teeth back, and he doesn't seem to scream. He's not there anymore. As this flesh begins to tear and tendons begin to snap, as this thing inside him begins to splinter his skull and pull his face open, ripping through his jawline. You can hear that Levi screaming as you don't seem to be in your own bodies at the moment. As you stand there watching this, you can hear Levi faintly in the background, "Kill it! Kill it!" screaming. And that's where we'll leave it this week.
As people called Levi are wont to do in these universes that we create.
And
Yeah,
we'll end it there this week with the creature breaking out of Dr. Flynn's
Oh.
skull.
And now we get to fight it. Yay!
No! I mean, that we get to fight the giant testicle demon. Whatever this is. Ah! Oh, God.
So yeah, we might be down Temple again next week. So if that's the case, we're going to carry on and probably wrap up this Alien game. So we hope you can join us to either play Alien or play Electric Bastionland.
Or play Electric Alien Land.
Yeah, even better, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
But thanks for joining us, everyone. Do you guys want to just reintroduce yourselves for an outro and let everyone know what's going on for you?
Yeah, why not? Shall I go first and then you? Yeah, we'll switch around. Is that right?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Yep. So I am I'm Sightless Combat, Sightless Combat or SK, any of those three. He, him pronouns, accessibility consultant and gaming without sight from the UK. Having absolutely no sight whatsoever. It is now 13 minutes past 1 in the morning. And I talk a lot about game accessibility and accessibility in general on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. You can find me Sightless Combat with a K. And I've been playing the role of Jonathan Craigmar, technician of formerly of the USCSS Montero, and been having a great time with this. This is my third RPG now I've been working with, and it's been good fun. It's been a good laugh. It's been an interesting one to do. Big fan of Dead Space, me. So I've been sort of just remembering all of that to channel it into it. So looking forward to next week.
Do Dead Space RPG. We're using Alien.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, if you ever need me to do lines and stuff, and you have enough time to prep, I'd be up for doing it. It'd be good fun. Just voicing computers and robots and stuff as well.
It's hard to prep stuff in TTRPGs because you never know what the players are going to do.
No, but if there are certain things that you need, like you're going to have certain events. That's what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That'd be great.
But yeah,
Danny, you want to?
Thank you again.
Oh, thank you for playing. Man. That's been great.
Yeah, I'm Danny Marie AUC on all the social medias. You can find me on Twitch. You can find me on Twitter, on TikTok, on YouTube. And I am also a visually impaired gamer, streamer, content creator, writer, all of those fun things. And tomorrow I'm playing Dying Light 2.
Ooh,
It's lunch day. It's lunch day.
Enjoy the.
My first launch day stream, so it's gonna be wild.
Good.
So
Well, very best of luck. What time are you starting?
noon central.
Okay,
I think that's like 7 for you or something.
It's like 8, I think.
5 or
I don't know,
6,
7 or 8.
I don't
know.
I don't know.
Sure.
I got a
Time
day
zone.
off
Yeah.
tomorrow. I'm tuning in, man. I'm gonna be there.
Go watch some horror.
Yeah.
When you say tomorrow, you mean today, right?
Well, it's still tomorrow for me. That's all you.
You're a
If I
trooper,
can-
SK.
If I can join you, even if it's late, because I'll be doing shameless plug, I might as well. Going to be doing more. We're going to be trying to finish up. Janissary and I are going to be trying to finish up Warhammer 40k Space Marine. There we go.
The Emperor.
And for the exactly in the Emperor's name. What is it? Burn the heretic, etc.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing all that stuff, and possibly a mini music stream if we finish the game in time. So you might get to see a
Interesting.
deep dive into the tracks I put together for my stream, which could be fun. I don't know quite how that'll pan out, but we'll see. And as for your stream, Danny, depending on what time we wrap up and you're still live, I might drop in and
I'll
say
be
hello.
there for a while.
Why, because
Hopefully.
the zombies will make you. Is
If
that
my
what-
eyes cooperate, I'm planning to be there for a while. So,
Oh no! In which case, I will at the very least I will drop in and drop a lurk or a host, if nothing else.
yeah.
So I will at least say hello. So,
Is Dying Light 2 brand new? Has that just come out?
Yeah, tomorrow's
I-
release day.
I
Sweet.
Yeah.
haven't seen anything on the accessibility of it, which kind of worries
I haven't
me.
either.
But-
Me
well, I
too.
wouldn't-
But we're gonna
well, I
find out
wouldn't-
tomorrow.
I wouldn't have seen anything on the accessibility of it because I can't see anything.
It's parkour and zombies, so
Yeah.
it's gonna be a blast.
You're gonna shout
Well, I mean, it will
parkour
be if
every
you-
time.
Parkour! Exactly.
I mean, I should find a sound for that. You've given me the idea now.
or just do like just get the Halo announcer every time you get a kill, just double kill, triple kill, overkill, and then just
Nah.
extermination.
Is there
Or when
multiplayer on Dying Light 2?
Yeah, there's co-op. There's
is there
co-op. Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course there is.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Yeah,
It's cross-play too. It's cross-platform, so that's pretty big.
Ah. If it's accessible enough, I may look into it, but I don't know if it's going to be yet. So we will.
Well,
see.
I'm gonna be digging in the settings first thing. That's the thing I always start with when I start
Of
a new game.
course.
So
And,
we're gonna dive right into that immediately.
And if you see anything fun, then let me know. Drop me a
Alright.
message on Discord, and I'll have a look into it. But anyway,
That's 12
Yeah.
p.m. Central, right?
1 p.m. I forgot I'm starting an hour later tomorrow, so 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. Sorry about that.
And SK, what time you starting Space Marine tomorrow?
that's good. Takes more than that to kill an orc. There we go. Yeah, as we found out last week when we tried to fight what might be the final boss of the game,
Orcs
because
are
he is
amazing.
very, very hard and annoying to kill. Because he's not actually in the level where you can easily get to him. He sends a load of minions down. I am doing that from 7 p.m. GMT UK today, as in Friday, the 4th of February.
So that's
Just,
2
It's the same
PM
time.
Eastern,
It's the same.
And, yeah.
It's the same time.
2 p.m.
1
Eastern, 11, whatever it is, 11 Pacific. What's the other one?
Yeah.
As someone
So,
who loves 40k, I'm so glad he's playing Space Marine. That's amazing.
I've really been enjoying it. Honestly, the combat feels great. If I ever get the chance to do a proper 40k RPG, like a TTRPG, I don't know whether I'd want to play as an orc or a marine. I don't know.
So actually, for today, I was deciding whether to run Alien RPG or a Warhammer game where you guys would be basically like cops in a hive world, which is sort of like cyberpunk but in 40k.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm up for whatever. Like when we do these,
Yeah,
good
'cause
fun.
If Temple can't make it back for the rest of Electric Bastionland, maybe we'll do another Alien game. Maybe we'll do a Warhammer game to wrap it up.
I don't mind. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Hopefully
no,
Temple's
regardless,
okay and everything's
oh, hopefully
right.
so.
Yeah.
Wishing Temple a very well, wishing Temple and all of his family and whatever a speedy recovery
Yes.
as well from
Yeah.
Absolutely, we love
whatever.
Temple. He's such a great TTRPG player. Can we all just
He
like
seems like
acknowledge
it.
how
Exactly.
great he
He
is?
seems like it.
He is so
All the
good.
experience, man.
Does such a good job of it. So hopefully he will rejoin us
Yeah, it's
soon.
been great, man. I'm enjoying Alien with you guys.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying.
More
I'm
alien.
enjoying, well, it feels very alien to me. I'll tell you that much. No, I'm enjoying being able to use this effect in sort of a contextual sort of a way, and it's just like this makes sense. Yeah, and it's fun. It's fun as well because I've been able to do the reverb as well. So you know, it starts off like this, and then you sort of just bring this in as the rooms get bigger, etc.
That's
Which is
awesome.
that's what I've been doing. Like so, periodically, it's just like, oh, we're in the big hallway. It's like, you know, we're in this big area now. That's fun. And then it's like, oh, we're on like the bridge. It's
If
like,
anyone's
okay,
hung
we're here now.
around, if anyone's hung around to this late in the what this will be a YouTube video. If you've hung around and you want more Alien RPG or Warhammer or anything, let us know in the comments. And also, Alien RPG isn't just like a bunch of people and ships. I run games with squads of Marines, stuff like that.
Huh.
So yeah, man, if anyone wants to see anything like that on our Twitch, on our YouTube, let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
Yay.
Sounds great.
Sounds
Thank
fun.
you for watching, everyone. Thank you for the chat, for hanging around, because we really pulled this out of our butts. And thank you to Danny and SK for learning this game on the fly. Yeah, that's awesome.
I've actually really enjoyed just learning it as I go and just being like, hang on, how do I do this again? That's always quite fun. And it's like, oh, it's this and this. Oh, yeah. It's always an interesting thing trying to learn it as we go.
Yeah,
And,
I had someone email me through Nicer Brow yesterday saying, hey, I want to play, but I don't know how to play. It's like, you don't need to know how to play.
This is definite clarity on the fact that and clarification on the fact that you don't need to know how to play. You just get handed a character sheet and told what to roll when, and it all kind of makes sense as you do it.
Exactly. And
I think that's a good way to
GM
describe
just
it.
makes it up as he goes along in his favour.
Well, kind of, because the Xeno could have died back there, but it didn't.
It's true.
I could have died, but I didn't.
That's a point.
I know, it would have been real spicy.
It would have been interesting. I don't quite know how that would have worked. That would have been.
I wouldn't have even been that salty about it. I would have been fun.
I mean, it wouldn't have been a bad way to go as Xeno deaths end up happening. You know, just
yeah.
you set it on fire and then you get stabbed and it's spike. Yeah. So
I would have made Danny do an Irish accent and been hearkened for the rest of the game.
Oh, that would have been awful.
that would have been
Awful. I can do
glorious.
Scottish, all right, but I cannot do Irish.
Oh, you can do Scottish.
Not well.
We undergo a sort of a transformation vocally for reasons.
I haven't practiced Scottish in a while, so don't do it to me.
Oh, we will make that happen for hilarity.
Mhm.
No, it's fine.
One day
We
when
won't
I'm
make it.
brave. One day when I'm brave.
Yay! Hopefully that'll be soon then. You have
We're
the
going
lucky
to play
roll.
D&D next week, and Danny's going to be a dwarf. So, there we go. Sold.
Oh god.
Caveman knows. Caveman has seen it. I have been a dwarf. I have worn a beard on stream and done that Scottish accent. It's
Oh,
very
brilliant.
serious. It's very
I
serious.
need to see that now. That's going to be
It's
amazing.
sexy. It's a sexy beard. It's
That's
great.
going to be great.
It's
I
great.
need to see you do a Scottish accent now. That's going to be fun.
Thank you, Caveman. Thank you for having my back.
Oh god.
All right, guys, on that note of a bearded Danny on the stream, we'll be back next week for more Alien RPG. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Check out Danny Marie AUC and Sightless Combat on their streams and on social media, on Twitter, everywhere. Go follow them, tune in, and yeah, we'll catch you next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.